Don't know anything about Mariah Carey. Her comments were a little more vicious, a little sly, but vicious. She like, well, I mean, I sing, so I commented about her singing. I don't want to sit here and comment about her outfit like some people. Now, the interesting part about this argument is Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey and L.A. Reid at this point are pretty much talking at the same time. But,
bro, did she say that because Nicki wears crazy outfits, bro? We all know that Nicki, bro, like she pull them off too. Don't get me wrong, Nicki. Don't get me wrong, bro. She pull them off too, but she do be having some crazy outfits. What's good, YouTube? It's Verne. I'm back with another video. Today I'm reacting to the Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey beef was insane by Zevi. The link to this video is gonna be in the description if you guys want to watch it yourself. Without further ado, let's get to it. The Queen of Soul versus the Queen of Rap. Let's get to it.
Now, Nicki Minaj has been in a lot of beefs in her life, but there was one beef in particular that might be the most intense, and that was her very public beef with none other than Mariah Carey on the set of American Idol. You see, this whole thing started because American Idol had a problem. Nobody was watching them.
Damn, y'all remember American Idol? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, American Idol, bro, of course that was gonna... I ain't gonna lie, they probably had a chance if they, like, probably went online, if y'all know what I mean, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, no one's gonna watch it if nobody watches TV no more, bro. Nobody watches TV anymore.
Their ratings were going down. Simon left, Paula Abdul left. They needed to shake things up, so the executives got together in the room. They said, look, we need some new judges. Who we got? Somebody said, what about somebody classic, like Frank Sinatra? They said, you fired. We looking for somebody more urban, stupid. Who else we got? Somebody said, what about Wheezy F Baby? Please say the baby. It's 2010. He's pretty popular right now. They said, okay, that's a little too urban for our taste. You're fired. Somebody else. Somebody said, Mariah Carey? I mean, she a little urban. She a little nice. Said, so boom, Mariah Carey was chosen. That's a no-brainer. But they needed somebody else. Somebody to really bring in the young crowd. So they thought Miley Cyrus, they thought Katy Perry. Somebody busts in the boardroom. They said, y'all know who Nicki Minaj is? Nicki Minaj at this point was making waves. The executives said, pull up in a Tonka automobile gangster. I said, I don't answer my question. You know who she is? Yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, hire her. So they call up Nicki. They said, Nicki, you trying to be on American Idol? Mariah Carey already said yes. Nicki Minaj said, Mariah Carey finna beat her? Absolutely. Nicki Minaj hangs up the phone. Somebody pull up to Nicki. They said, Nicki, I mean, I heard a little something. I heard Mariah Carey didn't want you on the show. Nicki said, nah, ain't no way. Because there's something I forgot to tell you.
Bro, it's always somebody gossiping, bro. Oh my God.
See, Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj had already did a song in the past. So Nicki was like, nah, me and Mariah are cool. We did a song like we was cool. So she said, look, those must be rumors. Y'all tripping. And well, they might have been rumors. But here's another thing you got to know. Mariah Carey has been in many famous beefs in the past with Eminem, Jennifer Lopez, the list goes on and on. Because Mariah Carey has the reputation of being a diva. And it is conceivable in a universe for Mariah Carey to be like, yo, I'm Mariah Carey. Y'all gonna hire this random upstart Nicki Minaj over here next to me? Like, that's kind of insulting. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but let's go on to this next part of the story and you may see how that can be an option. So Nicki Minaj says she...
Bro, this had to be in the beginning, like... No way. I mean, I know Mariah's big, bro. She's bigger than Nicki for sure. But come on, bro. That's how she was talking about Nicki? Let's be for real, bro. This had to be in the beginning of Nicki's career, bro.
Pulls up to the American Idol set. She chilling. She said, look, what's good, everybody? Like, it's me, Nicki. Mariah Carey said. Nicki Minaj said, did you hear me? I said, hello, it's me, Nicki. Mariah Carey said. Nicki said she automatically didn't feel welcome. She kind of felt a cold shoulder. She said, nah, this is a little weird. And here's where things start to get wicked. Things really start to get to a head during one particular audition. This one girl pull up, she started doing her thing, she starts singing it. She's pretty good. The girl then says, listen closely. I used to sing country before, but I kind of wanted to switch things up a little bit. Keith Urban, who's a country singer, seemed to take a little bit of offense to this. He said, nah, country isn't something you just try. Like, you know, it's like a lifestyle for real. Now, Mariah Carey and L.A. Reid, I told you to listen closely, right? We're saying something a little bit different, okay? They said, hey, by the way, since we're talking about country, I feel like you would have a good country voice. I could see you singing country. So Keith Urban and Mariah Carey and L.A. Reid saying different things, okay? Nicki Minaj felt like they were ganging up on her, so she tells them, look, y'all chill. She said she don't want to do country, so she don't want to do country. He said, you talking to me? Nicki Minaj said, nah, I'm talking talking to Mariah Carey and L.A. Reid over there because they always be having comments about these contestants and all that. Now, this is one of the first times I see L.A. Reid heat up for real. If y'all know L.A. Reid, he always be like smiling in auditions and all. He said, hey, y'all. Keep smiling, L.A. Keep smiling. Nicki, I'm just trying to help her for real. I've been doing this for a long time for real. Now, if y'all know anything about Mariah Carey, her comments were a little more vicious, a little sly, but vicious. She like, well, I mean, I sing, so I commented about her singing. I don't want to sit here and comment about her outfit like some people. Now, the interesting part about this argument is Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey and L.A. Reid at this point are pretty much talking at the same time. But,
bro, did she say that because Nicki wears crazy outfits, bro? We all know that Nicki, bro. Like she pull them off too. Don't get me wrong, Nicki. Don't get me wrong, bro. She pull them off too, but she do be having some crazy outfits.
you could tell they could hear each other. So the argument's like escalating as because they hear each other going back and forth and stacking up. Nigga, when I said I'm talking, like I'm just gonna continue talking. Mariah Carey said that's basically all you do. So go ahead, like keep going. Now, Keith Urban just jumps in and he says to the girl, "You're going to Hollywood." Like, you know, we're here for the girl at this point. L.A. Reid and Mariah Carey keep going though. They said to the girl, "All right, go ahead. You going to Hollywood? Just saying though. Like we're just trying to help you with your voice and all that." L.A. Reid said, "I've been doing this for 30 years. Like I'm just trying." Nicki Minaj says that was her last straw. She said, "Oh, you okay? Let me just shut up then. Let me just stop talking." She gets up, she walks out. Mariah Carey, she keep it going. Mariah Carey, if y'all know Mariah Carey, she don't stop. She said, "Oh, that was my move. I was about to get up and walk off. Next time, Nicki Minaj is sitting here like yapping." Nicki Minaj backstage goes, "Shut the f up!" And boom, the camera immediately cuts. Now, they recorded some of what happened next when Nicki Minaj came back. Look at this producer's hand. He's stressed out. They start arguing for real, back and forth. And if American Idol's got to cut it, you know, they like a little bit of drama. If they got to cut it, you know it was really bad.
Nah.
It got to a point where Nicki Minaj allegedly said, "Man, if I had you'd be..." Now, she may have said this sarcastically, but Mariah Carey didn't take it like that. Mariah Carey said she got extra bodyguards. She said she was fearing for her life. She said she didn't feel safe around Nicki Minaj anymore. And the tension really just never stopped.
Bro, women's drama, bro, is nothing like women's drama, bro. Is nothing like women's drama, bro. That shit is, oh my, bro.
Nicki Minaj and Mariah.
That's all I gotta say.
Mariah Carey would continue to go at it. Sly comments here and there, but like there's some jabs. But they was doing it with a smile on their faces. For example, Mariah Carey says to Nicki Minaj at one point, live TV, she said, "Yeah, Nicki, I was talking about number ones. I know you don't know nothing about no number ones." Girl.
No, bro. Let me know in the comments if y'all knew Mariah Carey was like this. I did not know Mariah Carey was like this, bro. She be talking like that? Nah, okay.
When I said, and I can't stress to you enough how much the show was all about Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey's drama. Remember that girl we were talking about earlier who auditioned for them and didn't want to sing country music? Well, this ain't her. The girl looked like this, but you wasn't paying attention. You was worried about the drama. See, so was everybody else. That's why people would tune in, not to watch the singers. They wanted to see what Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey was going to say next. So the season ends up being pretty much all about Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey's drama. So afterwards, they called them all to the studio. They said, "Hey, look, everybody. Nicki Minaj said, 'Don't worry, I quit.' Mariah said, 'I quit too.' L.A. Reid got there and said, 'I quit. I've been doing this for like 20 years, but I quit.'" The studio said, "Thank God. How about we all just go our separate ways?" They all went their separate ways. Afterwards, Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey do their own separate interviews. Nicki Minaj says, "Look, she's always going to rock with Mariah Carey as like a fan for real because she just grew up listening to her. But like, you know, Mariah Carey said pretty much the same thing. Like, you know, their personalities just don't click." Mariah Carey, side note, she said she felt like the producers were egging them on to have drama for the show. Nick Cannon, who was her husband.
Bro, what? They definitely were, bro. Especially when they seen the ratings. Because like Zevi said, bro, people started tuning in for the drama. They're not even the auditions no more. They started tuning in for the drama. Of course, them producers gonna egg it on, bro.
And at the time, slides up and he says, "Yeah." Our producer claps back at Nick Cannon. I don't know why everybody just be clapping back at Nick Cannon as soon as he says something. He said, "Man, Nick Cannon, boy." In the producer's words, he said, "Nah, that drama was all them. And let's just say, I think it was more Mariah's fault than Nicki Minaj." But other producers came out and said, let's just say the show benefited from them having heated moments. Wink, wink. Now, I personally think it was probably
Exactly. That's what I just said,
A
bro.
little bit of both. They probably had a little bit of drama here and there because of their personalities. They just didn't click. Producers probably saw that and said, yo, we can use this. Because remember, their show's ratings were declining. So they're probably like, yo, we need to get people watching American Idol at all costs. If that means Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj, two massive artists, are beefing in the middle of our, then hey, so be
Hey,
it. But when it started to
whatever
get serious,
sells, right?
the producers were probably like, oh, damn. The cameraman probably said, I know, right? I shut the camera off. This is too much. The producer said, nah, this is definitely a lot. But at the same time, you also fired because I like money. So we're going to keep the camera
Oh
rolling. Now,
my.
side note, another crazy part about this is even though they had their drama and it may or may not have been manufactured by
Yo,
producers
this
egging
that'd
them
be
on and
funny.
all that, the show's ratings still declined. So it was basically all that for nothing. And then after this season,
Wow.
the show declined more. Now, I don't know about now,
Wow.
but I think it's still going on and it might be doing better. It might not be. I was too lazy to look because I don't care about no American Idol. Like,
Facts. That's gonna be a video for the day. Oh my! Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this one. This was crazy. I did not know Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey had a beef, bro. The Queen of Rap and the Queen of Soul beefing live on television. Oh my goodness, that's that's cinema right there. Oh my goodness. And yeah, bro, it is no question. Them producers were definitely gonna egg it on, bro. Especially when they seen them ratings maybe going up. If even if it's for a quarter of the season, fraction of the season, bro. Come on, anything for some money, right? Yeah. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.